Fellow hindsight merchants, assemble! A December tradition that the world looks forward to. Everyone gathers with family and friends at this special time over Zoom to watch Adrian react to his Champions League group stage predictions. Of course! No doubt the biggest event of every December. Hi, I'm Adrian. That was a joke, of course. Let's see if my predictions were a joke. Of course. And this hindsight-heavy video is brought to you by OneFootball. We're looking back in this video, but if you want to stay up to date with what's happening right now in football, then OneFootball has you covered. All of the fastest breaking news from competitions like the Champions League or any other worldwide, allowing you to follow the players and clubs you care about for a custom-tailored news feed, highlights, videos, live match tickers, and so much more. Use the link in the description for a free download on iOS and Android, or both if you have both. Go ahead, 2 downloads. You'll massively help out the channel. Now, to the predictions, and remember, we're looking for the teams that are advancing to be correct, but a perfect group, one in which I get all of the placements correct as well. There's no scoring system, it's just fun, you know? Last season we got 14 out of 16 teams correct. Let's see if we can do any better this time around. Isn't it nice to film a nice lax video? There's definitely a massive chance that Suarez and Felix click and start scoring in bunches alongside Marcos Llorente and Diego Costa, but there's reason to believe their attack will continue to falter under Simeone as well. You know what? Overall, their attack has improved a ton in comparison to the last couple of seasons. Not a perfect run. 7 goals scored, 8 conceded, 4 of which were against Bayern to be fair, but still an okay run through their group. Bayern in first, ATLETICO second, SALZBURG third, LOKOMOTIV fourth. Okay, cool. That's a perfect start to things. The teams that are advancing were right, as well as the placements. I did think that ATLETICO would have done a little bit better, but that's a credit to LOKOMOTIV, who took points off of them. And also a credit to Salzburg as well. They were very difficult. LOKOMOTIV actually did a bit better than I thought. I expected them to be a complete dud, like lose every single match kind of dud, but hey, not the case. In Group B, Real Madrid, Shakhtar, Inter, and Borussia Mönchengladbach will do battle, and man, this is perhaps the most exciting group from the outside looking in. It really was one of the most intense groups. Always nice when it comes down to the last day. You always love that. Just a few points separating the top 3, or 4 in this case. Depends on your definition of a few. But anyways, let's see what Adrian thinks. Expectations are high for Mönchengladbach this time, as they haven't really lost any important pieces to their squad. Yeah, man, but I didn't expect them to come so close to beating Real Madrid and Inter in the first round of matches, let alone absolutely destroying Shakhtar on 2 occasions. Shout out to Daddy Rosa. They could maybe use some depth in the striking position, as personally, I'm not that crazy about Lautaro Martinez all of the time, man. One of those strikers that, when they're on, they're incredible. But he is very, very forgettable and doesn't add much at all to the team when he's not scoring. I stand by it. I find he's a bit overrated and goes missing way too often for my liking. I worry about Real Madrid when Sergio Ramos isn't in the lineup, as he is so important to this team defensively, organizationally, from a leadership and mentality perspective. If the condensed schedule leads to a long layoff for him, then that could cause a couple of upsets along the way. But yes, Inter in first, Real in second, Gladbach in third, and Shakhtar in fourth. Well, there were certainly some upsets along the way when it came to Real Madrid, particularly against Shakhtar, but ultimately, the biggest upset was how poor Inter was. Trust me, never again will I hold any expectations or trust in a Conte team in Europe. It is now safe to say that he is terrible in European competitions. Bottom of the group! Oh, after all that investment. Yikes. Anyways, I got 1 right from this group, 3 for 4 so far. Pep and the boys will have their hands full in this one, perhaps their most challenging group in a while, as Olympiacos have proven time and time again that they can cause an upset. Andre Villas-Boas is doing great things with this Marseille side, and Porto, while they have lost some key players, Sergio Conceição will ensure that they are there to fight. Well, City absolutely walked this group. Olympiacos were disappointing alongside Marseille, of course, and Porto were impressive. But what did I say for a prediction? Porto third, Olympiacos fourth, City first, Marseille second, but it's going to be damn close. It really wasn't at all. Porto and City ran away with it. Marseille were trash garbage, way below the high expectations I had of them, and Olympiacos, they struggled to keep up with the rest of the pack. At this point, they'd be happy with third place and a drop into Europa League after the draw they've been handed. But I think they'll actually be at the bottom of the table. I'm sorry. Check. At the opposite end, I see Liverpool topping this group. Check. So far, so good. Can past Adrian pull off his second perfect group? It all comes down to the placements of Ajax and Atalanta. Do your thing, man. With the losses that Ajax have suffered to their squad, I see Atalanta finishing in second behind Liverpool. Something tells me they could even pull off first, but I'll put them in second. Ajax third and Midtjylland in fourth. Whew. Dodged a bullet there, nearly a moment of madness at the end. I was ready to lose it if I went for that, but we got it. 2 perfect thus far. 6 out of 8 advancing teams correct. Not bad, I guess. Halfway through, we need to get every single group correct in order to tie last season's record of 14. Right now, we're on track for only 12 out of 16. But Group E is next. Vamos. Rennes have a very interesting team. A team that could cause major headaches in this group. They're another team that let me down, actually. I thought they were going to have a Salzburg-esque run in this competition and be very difficult for everyone to defeat in this group, but not quite. There's something about Sevilla that makes them hard to bet against in Europe, and under Lopetegui, they're getting better and better. I actually have Sevilla topping this group, with Chelsea in second, Stade Rennais third, and Krasnodar in fourth. I don't know that Sevilla have improved, really. They've kind of stagnated, in my opinion. That's not to say that they're bad, because they finished just a single point behind Chelsea, so it was a very close race. But I got the 2 advancing teams correct. Nothing was in the right order, though. That's a weak win, but it's a win. But it's like winning a match thanks to a pass back to the keeper going straight into the goal, you know? Think of Arminia Bielefeld's goal against Leverkusen. It's like winning the match thanks to that, you know? But hey, 8 out of 10 so far. Let's keep it going. Group F. With Dortmund finishing first, where are the rest of the teams going? It's a tough call, but I see Brugge and Zenit fighting for third, with the Russians just edging Brugge to the Europa League spot, and Lazio coming in second behind Dortmund. Man, okay, so first of all, I got the top 2 correct. Great, but I just got to give it up to Brugge again. They really impressed me. Such a fun team to watch. So many good youngsters like Noah Lang and Charles de Ketelaere, as I said in yesterday's video. If they continue with this form, I do not envy the team that draws them in the Europa League. 10 out of 12 correct. Decent form, on to Group G, make it happen. I personally have DYNAMO finishing in third and FERENCVAROS in fourth. Good start, great start even. 2 places correct, meaning we got the top 2 teams picked correctly as well. But did we get them in the right order for another perfect group? Take it away, past Adrian. Dybala is still on his way back as well, so I think Juve will do well in this group. Will they finish first? I personally like Barcelona for that first place spot, but Juve will be a close second, DYNAMO third, Ferencvaros fourth. So close, about as close as this group was, as Juve and Barca finished on level points, but with Juve winning 3-0 in the final match, they took first. Had they only won 1-0 or even 2-0, Barcelona would have taken first place. Wild. But going into our final group, we have the opportunity to tie our record from last season. Not ideal. Of course, we aim to win. We're not playing for ties, but let's at least salvage a draw. Donny van de Beek was brought in for added depth to their midfield. You mean on the bench? And their defense is good as well. No, it really hasn't been. No matter the competition. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's my bad. They are tied for the best defense in Germany. It's just in the Champions League that they've mega struggled. My God, they conceded 12 and scored 11. Ouch. Anyway, what about United's defense? They're very poor defensively. Oh, okay. And your prediction? If this was the United of February through March, then I would be backing them to move on. But I just think that RB Leipzig and PSG are ahead of them in most categories at the moment. Better managers, better defenses, better attacks. I think the organization of RB Leipzig, on top of United's struggles to score and an over-reliance on penalties, will make it that PSG come out in first, RB Leipzig in second, United in third, and Istanbul in fourth. Thank Goodness, he's tied his personal record. Was really hoping I'd get at least 15 this season, but that's okay. Decent form, 3 perfect groups, consistent form, I'd say. Marseille and Inter being the only 2 teams that let me down. So guys, how did you do this year? 100%, around 75%, same as me, same as last year. Do let me know in the comments. The comments on these videos are always very fun. Oh, and if you enjoyed it, my only request would be that you drop a like to let the algorithm know. And finally, have a great day. Ciao.